How's it going, Metal Nation? I'm Ben, Houlet, the Metal King, and I'm here to talk about metal on YouTube. How you doing? Today we're going to be talking about Slipknot coming out with their new album, I believe next year or this year, presumably this year unless something else happens. Corey Taylor came out today, a couple days ago, via Metal Injection, claiming he would like to start a tour with Mushroomhead and Mudvayne. My thoughts on that would be it would be a good tour, but would the fans behave themselves? There is a rivalry between Slipknot and Mushroomhead fans based on the fact of who started it first. We all know, anyone who's educated in metal knows that Mushroomhead came around first in 1993. That was when they were known, record label, etc., etc. Slipknot was around, but was not known at the time. Everyone knows they had a self-titled album come out in around 2000, 2001 called Slipknot, and that was the start of their careers. Now, Mushroomhead has said that there is no rivalry between the band Mushroomhead and Corey Taylor have both come out and said that there is no true rivalry between these two people. And the fans, they don't treat each other like brothers, and they ought to, because we're against the popular music out there and the popular way of life, and that's just not how we want it. So why would we, as brothers, argue over something so small? With even the bands don't even care. After Paul Gray died, Corey Taylor came out and said there's absolutely no rivalry between them and they would want a concert together. And now Corey Taylor is coming out and saying he would like to do a tour with Mushroomhead and Mudvayne. Now that he has the money and the popularity, he can organize a concert or tour of that magnitude. The question is, will it happen? Will the fans allow something like this to happen? And that is up to the fans, to be completely honest with you. If the fans can grow up and act like mature adults and go crazy in the pit together as brothers and sisters, then the metal community will continue to grow. I understand some people say Slipknot's not even metal. Don't get me wrong. I mean, there's a lot heavier things out there, but Slipknot is a well-known metal band and respected by many other bands. Slipknot has become an influence to many musicians, such as myself. Paul Gray was a decent and well-practiced bassist, and I myself play bass. People should learn to respect other bands. People hate on bands like Asking Alexandria. Now, I don't particularly like them. They're not my style. They're a little too popish, too popular, too trying to appeal to a more, just trying to appeal to a much more, I can't even put my finger on it, to be completely honest with you. They try to appeal to what people want more than others should. And when it comes down to that, they become commercially heavy, and also with their technical music, as in techno and electronica, or some may call dubstep. Now, when they do that, they kind of take away from the metal portion of it and lack in musical technicalities, such as just tabs and music, actual music they actually put into it. Lots of zeros, open notes, or so some people can understand what I'm saying there. Open notes and just long breakdowns, so they can get into long techno. Now, hating on them doesn't make you any better of a metalhead. It just makes you look like an elitist. And elitists don't look good when you attack other people's music. If you don't like the way they are, just leave them alone. Yes, they're becoming popular, and it's kind of sad to see that metal's heading that way, but we just need to let it be and like what we like. I still listen to what I do. I listen to my Spawn of Possession, The Faceless, Cattle Decapitation, you name it. I probably listen to it, death metal wise, black metal, you got it. I listen to Five Finger Death Punch. I listen to heavy things. It's just, we as a community need to be more brotherly to each other. And that's where I'm coming from this. I know it might seem like I'm stammering on, but we need to come together and be stronger as a community, because there's a possibility of the heavy community dying out. We don't want that to happen. We want to keep metal alive as long as we can. So be a brother. Don't argue. Just be a brother. Now let's go into some recent album releases that have changed the way bands are. My first one I want to talk about, it's a little late, I understand that. Cattle Decapitation, brand new album, Monolith of Inhumanity. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm terrible at pronouncing words. Forgive me, I'm only human. Anyway, it first started off as the band Cattle Decapitation started off as a band that was just for fun, something that the band wanted to do as a side project, and it ended up turning into a great thing and a very heavy and beloved band. The album was more serious, and a lot of work went into it, and it paid off, and it's probably one of the best death metal albums to come out in the recent years. The technicality of the music, I watched all the Metal Blade updates from Cattle Decapitation from in studio. Absolute amazing work. The guitar, drums, vocals, just all of it, just absolutely amazing. It completely blows anything that's released from them out of the water in terms of music and lyrical content. Now let's talk about a lot of bands that's kind of controversial in between the two metal worlds. Whitechapel, many say death metal, many say deathcore. Their new album released, Our Endless War, released a couple weeks ago, maybe a month ago or so. 2 months ago, April. I'm not sure. Anyway, released. And I have to say, I've listened to the entire thing. I own the CD, as I do the Cattle Decapitation CD. I have an extensive collection. I'll be going through that in probably another episode in a couple days. Anyway, just absolutely blew me out of the water, as in what they used to do. I've liked Whitechapel. I like their heaviness. It is considered deathcore. But this album, I feel, is more death metal. It's more fuck the government, more fuck whiners and complainers. Fuck them. We don't need them. And the album screams it. And I love it. The song Mono on the album, I believe it's the fourth song on the album, main line is kill yourself, your kids, and your wife. And it means that as in all you do is complain about how sad and how sorry you are and how full of self-pity you are. Just kill yourself. That's pretty death metal to me. It's in the music, it's not full of breakdowns. It's got plenty of guitar solos, nice heavy riffs, nice drum work. The bass lines could be better though. The bass lines are very basic, very easy. I learned how to play the entire album in less than a week. Bass lines could improve. Other than that, it's just a great album. The vocals, the intensity, the album on the song about Phil Bozeman, the vocalist and frontman of the band, song that made him cry, made him weep, made him very sad, but hit home was Diggs Road, about his childhood, about his parents passing away when he was 10 and 15. Really got emotional in his vocals and let it all just come out. You can watch the Metal Blade Records studio updates and find out all about that. It's a very good album, and I do recommend getting it. Metal Blade Records is the record label for both bands I've talked about so far, album-wise. Go ahead and subscribe, and I'll have more videos coming out. Leave a like button. Please do. I'm not doing this for any money. I do it for fun. A like just lets me know that you're cool with me. Alright, guys. I love you. Stay metal. Peace.